Winter Arc 2024 is upon us.
It is a winter arc season.
Start planning and prepping for your winter arc.
I'm so here for the winter arc.
We are entering our winter arc.
And welcome to your winter arc.
Maybe you keep hearing about this winter arc.
Winter arc this, winter arc that, but what does winter arc mean for you?
I had never heard about the term winter arc before this year, and all of a sudden it's all over social media. So if you're like me and you never heard about winter arc before, let me catch you up. Winter arc is when you're going to use winter not as a hibernating period, but more as a time where you're going to be doubling down on your self-improvement and your self-development journey in order for you to be ready for the new year. You know how most people wait until January 1st to start working on their goals, on their resolutions, and build new habits? Well, winter arc is meant for you to do all that work before the year actually starts so that you have a head start on everyone else. So instead of being lazy and slumpy this winter, you're going to do the complete opposite. You're going to lock in and really work on yourself to the point that by the time January hits, you're going to be a completely different person. I actually really like the idea of this challenge, and it is coming in at the right time for me because for the past couple of weeks, I'm not gonna lie, I have been a bit more negligent with my efforts regarding my routines and just like my work ethic. And so this is perfect timing, perfect challenge for me to get back on track and get ready for 2025. When I was looking at other people's winter arc on YouTube and TikTok, I noticed recurring patterns such as people were deciding to wake up earlier, they would commit to a certain number of workouts during the week, they would be following a meal plan, cutting out sugar, alcohol, journaling daily, setting systems for them to really, reach their goals. And what I really like about this whole challenge and concept is that it is highly personalizable. And so in this video, I am going to share with you how I am going to go about my winter arc in the hopes that it might inspire you. I know I sound like a broken record at this point. I mean, every time I just keep hammering on and on about the importance of a morning routine. But let me tell you what's been happening to me lately, and you'll understand. So the past couple of weeks, I have not been able to wake up when my alarm usually rings, which is around like 6:30, 7. I have been waking up past 8 a.m. And while that does not sound really dramatic, it does throw me off so much. Because I am waking up a little bit later, I cannot go through my morning habit stack, which really is not setting me up for success. And in the end, I just feel like the whole day I am playing catch up, and I don't like that. It is no secret, but your mornings is going to set the tone of your day, and your days set the tone of your weeks, etc. And not having a proper morning routine for me is really impacting the whole momentum of different aspects of my life. So I am going to go back to my 7 a.m. wake up time. The next thing that I want to do is that lately, and I'm not proud of it, but I'm still going to share it. The first thing that I've been doing when waking up is actually going on my phone and going on YouTube first thing in the morning. I know, terrible. And even if the content that I'm consuming on YouTube is educative, inspiring, motivating, I know that it's not as good for me as keeping away from my phone altogether. So I'm going to have a strict policy against phone in the morning. I'm going to stay away from it at least an hour after my wake up. And to break that habit, I find that, what is very easy is to replace it by something else. For me, that is going to be reading and journaling. I love reading, so there's not going to be much of an effort there. But with journaling, I don't know what's been going on lately, but I have been having a lot of resistance towards it, and I cannot pinpoint where it's coming from. And it's so weird and it's so unlike me because I have seen periods in my life where I was journaling regularly and periods in my life where I wasn't, and there was a straight correlation with my level of happiness and anxiety. And I know it's going to benefit me so much, so I don't really have an excuse for not doing it. I'm just going to have to find a way to make it more appealing. And maybe one of the solutions would be to kind of romanticize it a little bit more, That usually really worked for me before. I would go to cafes and sit down, have a nice cup of coffee, and use 20-30 minutes to journal before going to a workout. maybe I should be bringing that back. And another thing that I wanted to share with you, still on the point of journaling, is that since I was not journaling for the past couple of weeks in my actual physical journal, I have been, first of all, using my digital journal. It is free for you to download. I have linked it down below, but also I discovered this app called Stoic, and it is so great to kind of like fill in your moods, and it has great journal prompts that come up. It helps you prepare for your day and also wraps up your day in the evenings. I definitely encourage you to try it out, especially if you're not like a pen to paper kind of like journal person. I think this is a great way to get into it. Anyways, I digress, but these are going to be my ground rules for my mornings in my winter arc. The next area of work is my workout routine, and I can probably say that on that aspect of things, I don't really have any issues. If not, I should be toning it down a little bit. So here's what's been happening. For the last month or so, I have been working out 4 to 5 times a week, mostly playing paddle. And while that is a great cardio and sweat session, it is not helping me condition my muscles, and it is not that great for all the phases of my menstrual cycle. This year, I made a conscious effort to learn more about my body, the different phases of my menstrual cycle, and how I could apply cycle syncing to my lifestyle in order for me to feel better and be happier. And one of the things that really came out, by the way, I made a whole video on that. You can check it out. I'm gonna link it somewhere. And what really came out was that, you know, from the moment that you ovulate to the moment that you have your period, you are in your luteal phase. And in that phase, it is so important that you are more gentle with your body. And in that phase, it is suggested that you swap the very high intensity workouts and explosive workouts with things that are much more gentle on your body, such as Pilates, yoga, walking, etc. Because you really want to avoid kind of like unnecessary stress on your body that is going to spike your cortisol level, which can in turn trigger fat storage. And you guys, I really feel it. Whenever I am not nourishing my body enough or overworking it, then I would feel swollen, inflamed, and so much more bloated than I would if I were to be gentle with myself. So for my winter arc, I am going to keep my workout frequency. However, I want to work more with my body than against it. So I'm really going to try to vary the type of workouts that I do depending on the phase that I am in my menstrual cycle. Moving on to health and nutrition, I feel like this is the perfect time for us to book our dentist and doctor's appointments, do our blood panels, just to make sure that we're good to go and we don't have any deficiencies. Another thing that I've seen people do in their winter arcs is following a strict meal plan. Some people are cutting out sugar and alcohol altogether. Some people are doubling down on their protein intake. And I just find that it's always super fun to have new challenges to kind of like get us back on track nutrition-wise. For me, and not to throw myself roses again, but I feel like I am doing a really good job at, you know, applying the 80-20 rule to the way that I eat. I usually eat very clean and very like whole foods during the week, and then during the weekend, I make space for treats and fun foods. And that really works for me, and that satisfies my cravings as well. But something that I do want to continue to do is to cook more at home. I swear, you guys, call me crazy, but I just feel like when I am making my own meals, they just feel and taste healthier. Like, even if I would order the exact same meal from somewhere, I don't know if it's because I know exactly what's going in, or I am using, you know, the right oils when preparing the foods, but it just tastes lighter and better when I make it from scratch. Something that has been helping me to cook more and enjoy the process is I actually made a list of all the ingredients that I personally really love, like all the fruits and vegetables that I enjoy eating. And what I would do is that from that list, I designed like a couple of meals that I prepared for myself. So most of the time, you know, if you're looking at my plate, it might really not make a lot of sense to you because it looks like a bunch of ingredients just thrown together randomly. but I swear to you, it's so good, and it doesn't really matter because I'm the only one eating that food. So if I am enjoying it, all is well. And also what I have realized is that you don't need to be cooking a different meal for every single weeknight, right? That would require a lot of effort and time that we might not have all the time. So what I've been doing is just choose 2 recipes that maybe you want to try or maybe you just really love, and just rotate through those during the week. That's what I've been doing for the past month, and I must say, you know, it doesn't require a lot of effort. It is saving me a lot of time, and I know exactly what I'm putting in my body, and it's all the things that I love. So yeah, I've been loving it. I mean, if you want to see progress at the end of this winter arc, you need to be very clear where you're going to be putting your focus and attention. It is crucial that you not only set a clear and precise goal as to what you want to achieve by the end of this year, but also make sure to track your progress week after week. Maybe one of your goals would be to get toned and very fit, you know, by the beginning of next year. So your plan may entail to cut out sugar, focus on more higher protein like kind of meals, work out 3 to 4 times a week, and maybe cut out alcohol as well, and make sure you're drinking your 2 liters of water every day, right? Those actions are easily trackable, which will help you to do better week after week. And what you really want to do is to score yourself on those key actions rather than the final goal. So what it really means is that it doesn't really matter if at the end of the season you don't really look as toned and fit as you might have wanted to. Although I do believe that, you know, if you're putting your time and effort and you stay consistent, you know, your results are going to show. But if you've done the work that's needed to be done behind it, you know, it's just a matter of time. That is to say, whatever your goals are for this winter arc, make sure you list them and make sure you write a detailed plan for each of them. Also stay realistic and track your progress week after week. The way that I am going to approach my winter arc is that I am bringing my attention and focus to those areas in my life where I feel like I am a little bit weak and that I need a little bit more of a push. At the end of the year, I just want to feel like I am strong enough on all aspects of my life in order for me to really level up in 2025. And the way that I see it is that I am kind of like working on all these little cracks in my foundation to make sure that it is ready to be built on. Personally, for me, the cracks in my foundation right now is really the discipline that I'm showing myself every single morning, because once again, they really set the tone of my life in general. And if you also want to enter this winter arc, then make sure that you take a couple of minutes, think about the areas of your life that you want to prioritize or really level up for you to be fully ready for 2025. By the way, I'll be so curious to know what it is that you'll be working on this season. Comment below so we can keep each other accountable. And if you like this video, I'm gonna link out another one that I think you might find really valuable. Check it out and let me know what you think. And on that note, thank you all for watching. I really appreciate your time and attention, and I'll see you soon for another one.